Good evening, O'Day fans. This is Dave Mazio, and I'm joined once again by O'Day High School football coach and athletic director, Coach Kohler. Coach, how are you doing today?
I'm doing very well. Thanks, David.
Good. So last week was awesome. We got to watch one of the greatest games in O'Day football history, and it leads us to the King Bowl. A huge game, obviously, state championship game. Tell us about what we have to look forward to with this Lake Stevens team.
Well, again, it was two great football teams, kind of mirror teams. Both teams run the ball a lot, played great defense, physical up front. It was a 7-6 ball game, a knockdown, drag out, old-fashioned football game. And so it was a great battle. A lot of ups and downs and emotions and things like that. So it was really exciting. It was fun. It was a draining football game. I do remember that because of all the opportunities and missed opportunities on both sides. And, it was a game you hated to see anybody really lose.
Sure. After a game like that, what kind of message as a head coach do you deliver to that team? I mean, you're in this just crazy moment, and how do you talk to the guys after that?
Well, what I remember, it was in the King Bowl, so that in the Kingdom. It was the last one in the Kingdom, and there was a couple things that happened. But what I do remember in the locker room is Archbishop Murphy. He came in and just kind of took the edge off of everything, and the boys were just tuned in to the words he gave us, and the praise and. I'll never forget that moment. It was nice for me because I could just kind of sit back and listen to somebody of his care, his wisdom and years, and it was something special. I mean, we were blessed that year. We had him do a number of our team masses, so he was a part of us. He was on the sideline, and that's him in the background there with the trophy. I'll get out of the way.
I love it. That's awesome. So speaking of that, I mean, was there anything that surprised you about the season, or even just about the championship game in general?
Well, we knew we were going to be good that season. We weren't very good in '93 for multiple reasons, but we had a lot of kids coming back, a lot of talent coming back. Some kids that didn't play as juniors turning out as seniors and things like that. So, and we had great leadership. I mean, we really did. They took it upon themselves, a Chris Johnson and a Nick Stefanik and a Kurt Canal and Joe Forrest, and I could go on, Andy Carroll, just guy after guy. They just wanted to be the best they could possibly be. And, and they were a smart football team. That was the other thing, I don't know how many times it's happened in Washington State history, but that team was academic state champions as well as state champions on the football field. And, a lot of times you get an academic, you don't get them both together in the same season. So that was pretty special. And they were proud of that. I remember Brian Lell even asking me on the bus ride home from Yakima, did we win it? Did we win? And he was talking about the academic state championship. So pretty cool stuff for those kids. And again, they were smart, physical, and they played together as a team.
All right, now this is a tough question, and you don't have to give an answer, but we've had 4 state championships in football, correct?
Yes, sir.
Of those 4, where does this team stack up with the state championship teams?
Well, if you're talking senior class of that championship year, it's probably the most talented senior class, or if not first, it's second. I mean, across the board, like the guys I mentioned, a lot of those guys go on and play at the next level. And, the 91 team had a lot of 90 kids from, the Charles and the Sukis and Jasons they were juniors in that year. So they're one of the best. The 95 team obviously is the best team, playing together without any selfishness at all. They were definitely the best team, but most talented team. I don't know. These guys, and I forgot how dang good they were till I started watching some of this. I mean, Kurt and Chris and Nick and Joe and James and Io, and they were just, you could go on and on and on about the dudes. Devin making plays. You know, what I told our coaches yesterday, what I was surprised about and a little bit disappointed is how many times we put the ball on the ground in the playoffs. I mean, that's something we just don't do. And, you know, I bet we've lost had 6 turnovers, and that's usually a season for us. So, and I know we do it in the championship game here too. So that'll be disappointing to watch. I'll probably yell at somebody.
There you go. And lastly, before we get to the game, with this opportunity, what's one thing you'd like to communicate to the team, to the guys that are watching this game right now?
Well, thank you. You know, that's probably the biggest thing because, you know, these guys, you know, because you're sitting in that chair, but I mean, all these guys are still dialed in at O'Day. I mean, they're a part of O'Day. They're the fabric. They're right in the heart of it. They love it. They're loyal. So thank them for everything they've done for O'Day to make us better. You know, obviously, it's not really about football. They've just gone out and, you know, been great citizens, great carers of their community, and they constantly give back, and couldn't be more proud of the families they have. And I mean, I see a lot of these guys. So, and we're going to start getting some of their kids coming through O'Day here pretty soon. So that'll be fun. But they're just, they're awesome. Some of them have coached, and they're just, again, they're just loyal O'Day guys. So that's probably it. And thank them for everything they do on and off the field for us.
Yeah, no, absolutely a special group. So thank you, everyone, once again for joining us. This is week 4 of the Friday Night Lights Rewind, the King Bowl against Lake Stevens. Enjoy the game. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Coach Kohler, thank you for joining us again.
Thank you, David.
Go Irish.